The ship had touched down easily, and like last time, the AI had died. Ares and Vina stood in the cargo bay next to their hoverblades, though neither was eager to step outside. They both heard the sounds. They were either motors or the most ferocious growls Ares had ever heard. Someone, or something, was waiting for them, so it didn't look like they would need the hoverblades.
You think we can wait them out? Just stay inside and maybe they'll leave?
She didn't have a witty response.
One way or another, I think whoever is out there is going to get us. I'd rather do it in a way that doesn't destroy our ship. Are you ready?
Ares stood in his mech suit, whip in hand.
Ready.
Vina raised her hand and passed it over the wall panel. The cargo bay's door slowly lowered until it touched the ground. Ares' HUD immediately did an air scan.
Oxygen's fine.
He'd already moved on in his mind. His eyes blinked as he tried to figure out what he was looking at. It was so odd, so inhuman that he couldn't process it. The noise they'd heard hadn't been a motor, but 1,000 small flying robots. The only thing Ares' mind could compare them to was heads, though they weren't shaped like that. Each of the robots was round and had a ring of red lights around its middle and 5 jelly-like tentacles branching off one side.
What in Hades?
The tentacles appeared to be made of organic matter, while the body looked robotic. They were whipping around in a huge circle that nearly touched the ground and stretched 20 meters high. Around and around they went, the air churning so quickly that it made a sound like a motor. Ares took a step forward. The robots stopped. Red lights stared at the two humans, tentacles waving in the windless air.
We mean you no harm.
The robots then did something even stranger. While some remained still, others started flying forward, then stopping just in front of the one that had flown before them. Ares saw fairly quickly what they were doing.
They're building a bridge to us.
Are we supposed to climb onto it?
I think so.
The bridge touched down where the cargo bay door connected to the ship.
Come this way.
The voice emanated from all the robots. It sounded like what it was, robots trying to speak a human language. Ares could kill some of them, he knew, but not all. They could rush him, and there were enough of them to do serious damage. They could also just fly away. He and Vina couldn't retreat into the ship, that was obvious. They'd come here to get the algorithm, so forward was the only way. Vina didn't give him much choice, though. She moved toward the door. Ares followed, and they stepped onto the robot bridge at almost the same time. The robots started to swirl and the construction lifted into the air. After they rose above the ship and started forward, Ares only needed one glance to know where they were heading. A city full of machines.